What it's like for other people, I would imagine it's intense and looking into each other's eyes, ripping each other's clothes off, kissing, but, like deep kissing, like that's the last kiss you're ever going to have in your life. And it's passion. Yeah. My husband is amazing and he is gentle and he's loving. But for me, in my body, it's like assembling a Meccano. What should be the most amazing feeling, a lot of the time isn't. When it hurts, it's like glass shattering inside you, embedding itself. Sharp. The more you try to get it out, the more it hurts. And then it's not just the sex in itself that's painful, but it's the after pain, the cramping. And they can last up to 2 days. Sometimes it's twisted, like someone is wringing out a dishcloth. And it's miserable. It's so miserable. I think it was probably just before we got married that the painful sex began. There was one particular time where we'd finished and I had tears in my eyes and they were just trickling down my cheek. And my husband said, "What's wrong? Did I hurt you?" And I'm like, "No, it's not you." But he felt so guilty. And he just said to me, "Why didn't you stop me? Why didn't you say I cannot do this?" And I was like, "But that's not what you do. You just get on with it." And he was like, "You don't ever have to just get on with it. How do you think I feel knowing that I've hurt you?" And that kills me. Feeling like I'm not doing what I should be doing and not being the way that I should be as a wife and as a lover, that's really hard to deal with. No. They didn't believe me. It was in my head, apparently. My GP said to me, "It's fine. There's nothing wrong with you." And I said, "But I know that something is wrong." And he was like, "The scan showed nothing. There's nothing wrong with you." And I just felt absolutely crushed. I was a bottle that had just been screwed up. And that's when I was like, maybe it is in my head. Maybe I am going a bit crazy. And my husband, he was just like, "What's wrong?" And so I told him that apparently there was nothing wrong with me, that the scan had come back completely fine. And he was like, "Well, that's a load of shit." When the doctor was like, "Okay, so what are your symptoms?" "Oh, painful periods, they're really heavy, they're prolonged, I'm fatigued, I feel sick." And my husband was squeezing my hand and he was like, "And, go on." And I was like, "Oh, and sex is really painful as well." The doctor was like, "Okay, right, pop a few ibuprofen and get on with it. Just you need to be a bit more relaxed." That's really hard when you feel like you're being stabbed up the vagina. The painkillers and the medication they gave me didn't work. They did absolutely nothing. And he was still very reluctant to do a laparoscopy to check. And he was just about to finish the appointment. And I turned around and said, "I've been having unprotected sex for 18 months and I haven't fallen pregnant." And he kind of sat up in his chair and he went, "Well, it can't hurt to do a laparoscopy. We'll just have a little look and we'll see what's going on." So I had the operation in 2013 and I was diagnosed with severe endometriosis. To not be believed by a doctor is feeling invisible, even though you're there in the room with them. I found myself just detaching from my body. And sometimes you feel like, what's even the point of telling you how I feel if you're not going to believe me? I wish someone had told me when I was younger to believe in myself more and to know that I know my body more than anybody else does.